Okay, so today I'll be showing you how I made $600 in just a couple hours. Welcome back. This is my fourth YouTube video, and I just want to get right to it. So let's look at this chart real quick. And like I said on my previous video, I usually start from the higher time frame. Since I know where this pair is at, I didn't really start at the daily time frame. I was looking at the 4 hour, and I already seen a couple things that were a little bit iffy for the overall trend that I was overall in, which was a bullish trend. For those of you who don't know, bullish means the trend is going up, and bearish means the trend is going down. When you hear everybody say bullish and you hear the word bullish around, it's a positive word. That means going up. And when you hear bearish, the market's usually selling off. So I looked at the 4 hour time frame, my analysis time frame, and the time frame that I most like to use for an analysis and structure, even though I use 1 hour and 2 hour for the analysis and the structure as well. But whichever one looks better to you, you could use. I like to stick with the 4 hour and the 2 hour, the 1 hour as well. But I like the 2 hour for some reason. So overall, and the crazy part is this one I did on the 1 hour. So I looked at the 4 hour, okay, and I was like, okay, boom. The break right here. I already have everything charted up because I literally took this trade today. So let me show y'all. So this right here for me was a break. Y'all see right here, this area. For me, that was a higher low that had to get protected. See? 38.2. So for me, that was a higher low that had to get respected overall. When that higher low broke and it came to these MAs right here, I was not completely shutting down the buys right away. I was still iffy about it because on the higher time frames, this MA is down here. You see, 6 hours all the way up down here, the 8 hours all the way down here. So I was like still over the MAs, far away from the MAs. So I already knew that it had a possibility of touching all the way down here on the MAs on the higher time frames. So I seen this break, like I said, seen this break right here. And then I started looking at the 1 hour and the 2 hour, right? So originally today in the morning when I woke up, I'm not even gonna lie, since it's about being completely honest, I took a buy position here. And I did this. Let me see. My buy position was here. Like up here. Right? Which was not a good entry at all. And I already took the notes and journaled it and all that. And I know exactly what I was doing wrong and what I did wrong for that. So what I did was I was like, you know what? Like I already knew I was wrong. So I went on the 1 hour right here. These fibs are my new fibs that I pulled. But I went on the 1 hour, right? I went right here. Boom. Look what it hit. What did it hit? A 50%. And what else? This right here was a break on the, see? No, this is not why this is even here. This is here, not as a break, but as a resistance. So yeah, I had my fibs marked right here. First thing that I see is lower high, right? But I'm not gonna lie, just cause I seen that this was here and a bearish candle came up doesn't mean it was a valid lower high. All right, so if you think that just because, oh look, one bearish candle came, oh lower high, no, that's not what it is. So for this area, right, I was like, okay, bearish engulfing, right? After I reanalyzed how wrong I was on my first entry, which I didn't lose that much because I was risking not that much. I went to the 5 minute and I was like, let me see. And on the 5 minute, what I see is a break of support right here. No, first what I see is, okay, boom, it came, got a support level, hit a lower high, and that was already like, had this trend line marked out, this counter trend line right here marked out. right? Because overall, right, we're in a bearish trend right here. So I had this counter trend line marked out. And once I had this counter trend line marked out, right? Boom, it got up here. It got up here, came here for the support, came here for the lower high. And what what made this the lower high, my fault. What made this the lower high was this break right here. You know? So as soon as this broke right here, and I was like, okay, lower high confirmed. It confirmed it, okay. And I was still when this happened, I was in the other move. I was literally in the move that took me out and stopped me out. Because I had my stops. See where did I get in? Yeah. I got in. This was my entry, right? Let me show y'all. This is my first entry right here. The target up. Target up, right? My stops were down here. And I had more. Alright. So this was the first entry that I posted on my Instagram and on my story. And it literally stopped me out. It literally went like that and stopped me out. And that caused me to reanalyze because I lose, but a L like that where it's just I enter and it just like that one got to me. So I was like hold up. So I was looking, I was like, oh, hold up. Been on a downtrend. Boom boom. Comes here. It had already broken the 4 hour. Had already broken the 4 hours higher low. And I was like, okay, boom, it broke the 4 hour higher low. Let me go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour is looking really good under the MAs. The MAs are pointing completely down. So when the MAs are pointing completely down, that means there's pressure that going that way. And overall, just think about it like that. When this is pointing down, it means sellers are still in control. Sellers are in the market. If this was to be pointing like this, right, and then it does this with a little thing like this, then you gotta be you gotta be a little worried because it means something's changing. That it did that. All right. So, and if it's like this, put you on. And if the MA was like this, and it's flat, heavy dynamic resistance or support if it's under it. Okay. So it was real under it. I seen this. I was like, okay, good bearish, good nice bearish engulfing at the support right here. I mean at the resistance right here. See it right here? At this resistance level right here. Because overall when I first took it, I was thinking on something like this. I was thinking on like, okay, boom, higher low, boom. But that was because I was analyzing it wrong. But overall I marked this counter trend line that helped me a lot right here. Get out. Sorry if I'm like going all over the place. Remember, I'm still trying to get the hang of this, explaining it and stuff. Cause I'm knowing what I'm looking at, but explaining it in my head is and to y'all is completely different. So if y'all are still like, oh my god, what is this guy talking about? Don't worry, bear with me. I'm gonna get way better at this. So yeah, counter trend line drawn, lower high. I'm like, okay, boom, lower high. Buyers can't push buyers don't really can't push no further. So I was like, okay, boom, lower high. Then it broke it. And when it broke it, I was like, oh, okay. Let me see. It broke it, boom, it stopped me out, and I was like, damn, like, let's see. And then look at this right here. If you extend this right here, right? The double top pattern. Why? Because you see lower high. Double top patterns are only valid on a downtrend. Double top. See? Only valid on the downtrend. Just like double bottoms are only valid on an uptrend. Okay? Boom. So when I seen this lower high, came down here for another low. right? I was like, okay, let's see. But what really did it for me was when it came right here, this low, first lower high right there. At that lower high right there, I was like, boom, I'm entering. Imagine I entered and I didn't even enter because of this 5 minute candle. Well, I looked at this 5 minute, right? But I also went on the 15 minute, and the 15 minute, what I say what I say about this, I didn't even peep it till right now, but it was for sure under the MA when I took it, right? But look how flat that MA is right there, flat. And that counts as a dynamic level of resistance. So boom, as soon as I took that, right, I wasn't even that confident when I took it because I had just gotten stopped out. And if you know, you know, you just got stopped out. Got to take another one. You know what I'm saying? 13 pip risk, great. So I entered there. Then I went on the 5 minute, right? Because I entered three times. I entered this there, boom. It went till the 5 minute. It tapped right here on this one, and I entered again right here. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's that weak, you know what I mean? But it was somewhere there for sure. 2 times. 0.25 was my first entry. 0.25 and 0.25 was my other two entries. So I had a 0.75 running. Right? So overall this setup was 113 pips on a, let's say I caught 107 pips. Cause you know, we like to put it here all the way at the bottom. But buddy, you know you low key did not take profit all the way at that bottom. But I didn't take profit here either. I should have, but I took profit like when it was getting right there. So 100 pips. Wow, look what it's doing right now. It's just crazy. Damn, USDJPY is moving, bro. Been moving. It's been great. The markets have been great. Like setups on setups on setups on setups. Like this one was great right here. I'm gonna explain this one to you. Next breakdown. I just caught this one today, and this one was the one I caught yesterday. But I made 500 here. I made 600 here. But yesterday I explained the $1,000 trade. That I have a couple of those, so I wanted to go one by one on them. Look here, another 500, 600, 700, 500. This was like, I think this was one of my good ones too. This was like 900 right here on these 139 pips. But I low-key got to see how many lots I was in. I got to see the exact entry, the exact this, the exact that, so I could explain it to y'all better. So, okay, so as soon as I seen that bearish engulfing, lower high, I didn't even wait for a break of this. I know a lot of people would have been like, okay, let me wait till this breaks. Okay, let me wait till this breaks right there. And y'all would have waited for a break, retest, and then go, right? But this is the thing about me. I love taking it before. I mean, yeah, it was a break on the 5 minute, but for me, it wasn't enough. So I love taking it when it's before the break, when just the transition is starting and everything is starting to pile up and all the confluences are looking good. So what was the confluence on this? 1 hour downtrend, right? Let's do it again. Boom. Look at this. Hit my TP2. This was TP2 down here. I took profit like up here. So boom. Boom. First confluence right here. 15-minute resistance right here. I know when you go on the 15 minute, you can see it. Wick, exhaustion. Okay, boom. Second confluence, bearish engulfing, but not only that, it was a bearish engulfing, right? Not only that, it was a bearish engulfing, because it's like, oh, look, bearish engulfing, enter. Nah, it's not that. Hold up, because I'm low-key curious. Ah, my God. Yeah, I'm low-key in this, but I entered my lot size so wrong that I was like nothing on that. Okay. Wow, I love it when I see this shit run without me. Well, not like it's running without me, but it's coming back to where I was at. So where were we? Okay, so not only that on the 1 hour, it showed me a bearish engulfing, right? But that one on the when I went on the 5 minute, that area broke. So it created that lower high. So I was already okay, like it's shifting. So keep game. How many confluences we have? We said we have it's at the 50%. It's at the 50%, almost 61, almost 61.8. Bearish engulfing. Break of support here, confirming the lower high, right? So that's 3 so far. Break on this counter trend line right here. Hello, hello. Break. And this was still support right here. That's what I'm saying. This was still support right here. So people probably was trying to wait for this. But I knew as soon as I seen this right here, broke the counter trend line, seen the lower high, perfect bearish engulfing. I was like, I jumped in it quick. I jumped in it quick. So, and then imagine I jumped in that. As soon as I jumped in that, look at this first candle look at this first candle. This first candle after I jumped in that. As soon as I jumped in, felt great. I'm like that big candle. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm good. Obviously, I never get overconfident or nothing like that. But I was like, damn, I'm good. I went to the lower time frames. I was looking at this right here, and it was like, it's at a previous support, but overall, I stayed patient. Nothing cracked it. Came over here. Yes, I'm gonna repeat it again. I will get better at explaining. I'm all over the place, but just bear with me. Boom, it cracked that. As soon as it cracked this right here, I think Jerome Powell was speaking. Let me see. Yeah. Imagine 8:30, right? I think Jerome Powell was speaking, and this said 50 pips. And after that, I was pretty like relaxed to like flow with it, because it really didn't break no type of trend. Boom, 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 boom. Double top. Look how it's protecting this support level right here. Lower high, lower low, lower high, low right here, because there's a support right here. Double top, lower low, lower high, double top. See what it looks like. Didn't break nothing. Perfect, perfect trend. Perfect downtrend. Okay, so as you see, it wasn't that wow. I mean, 60 pips. Quick. Wow. 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 That's crazy right there. That's crazy work. 15-minute MA. Lower high. Let's see what it did on here. If there was a break on the 1 minute. Wow. No break on the 1 minute, but lower high. And then the break. Wow. I'm pretty sure it could, like, imagine it can still come here to come back down here. But it's like, wow. Nice. Yeah, so overall, let's see. This is a real nice support level. So this is what I'll be looking at for my next trade. Overall, of course, like I'm gonna go bearish. I'm overall I'm bullish. Like overall bullish for the moment. Completely bearish. Overall completely bearish. It could even go to this area right here. Let me show y'all. It could even go around this area, tap the MAs, and then go. Cause this looks like a daily setup to me, if I'm gonna be honest. And you know what the good thing about daily setups are. So you don't. Let me explain it to you. If it finds support level here, right? And look how good everything lines up to. So my fibs are already placed, right? If it finds a support level right here, which there's confluences on the 0.50 previous level right here on the lower time frames, like on the 6 hour, 8 hour, the MA's already there anyway. If it finds a support level there and gives me what I want it to give me, how many pips we have? We have 460 pips to come. So overall, I learned by taking L's, right? And what I learned is that just be patient. You know what I tell myself every time I'm out of a trade, or every time I want to get in a trade, or every time I'm fiending to get in a trade, I be like, yo, how many days? Like, yo, I'm 24. I'm be trading till I'm like 40. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have 30,000 more days to trade. 30,000. And not 30,000, but a lot. 16 years ahead of me. 225 trading days every year. 216. Like 3,200. No. I like 32,000. Do the math. Let's do the math. 225 times 15 years. 3,375 trading days. You know what I can do with that? Let's put 3,000. Let's put $1,000. $1,000 times 3,000. I forgot the number. Let's put 3,300. If I make $1,000 a day, 3,300 trading days, right? That's $3,300,000. And I'm putting $1,000 a day because I'm gonna get to the point where I'm making $20,000, $30,000 a day, $100,000 a day, $75,000 a day, $150,000 a day, $250,000 a day. So I'm gonna get to that point, right? So that's why I just put it at 1,000 throughout that. So there's M's to get. Right. So yeah, hopefully, I know I got carried away a little bit on like towards the end of that video, but hopefully you understood a little bit. And overall, if that plays out how it plays out, I'm thinking back into buys. But overall, this is crazy right here. The week is completely bearish. So it could even extend to this yellow zone right there. It literally extends to that yellow zone. Let me clear it up a little bit. Hello? No, estoy haciendo un video. Te llamo ahora en 5 minutos, ¿ok? Ok, te llamo en 5 minutos. Dale, te quiero. Alright. So yeah. It could even push down all the way to the MA right here. Holy. Oh yeah, because I was looking at the MA on the 12 minute right there. But look at where the daily MA is. I know I'm just yapping, but that's crazy. I'm literally this is what I do and analyze it. Like this is how I literally analyze it. I gotta look at every time frame, see what everything's telling me. So overall, if this gray zone slash orange zone doesn't hold the support, then it really could come all the way down here, which to me it doesn't matter. More pips later for the overall bigger move, which we saw because it broke right here. Seen that break right there at this high. It's the only reason I pulled the fibs like that. Yo, overall, anyways, I'm gonna keep. I have those fibs pulled there, but I'm gonna just keep trending down. Like I'm gonna just keep with the downtrend until it shows me anything else, because lower time frames make up the higher time frames. Even though the higher time frames are big boss, but lower time frames make up the higher time frame. So what are we seeing? Resistance level, first lower high, actually second lower high, because this was a high. These three were lower back to back. Broke down, made a new low, lower high, lower low. So guess what we're waiting for? Simple. Right there. Only hit the 0.23.6%. So I wouldn't even be surprised if it drops a little lower, right? So like right there. So I gotta extend the fibs. And now I extend the fibs is here. And the overall 23.6% that it was at, now that makes up a real lower high. And it's a 38.2, which is a real lower high. So then we could take it all the way down to this area. I'm basically showing y'all like what I do on the chart, and for me that would have helped me out a lot at first if I would have seen somebody just work with the chart, see what they're doing and stuff like that. Even if I'm not explaining it all too well now, it's obviously gonna get way better. And yeah, so overall, overall, oh look, and it even has confluence at the 61.8. So I'm not gonna lie, it could go like this, go boom, 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 right there. So, so it's literally the same setup right here, the lower time frames. This is the lower time frames version. But what it could do, but what it also could do is it could just go here, keep creating high lows, come here, right? Test this, lower high. Depending on what time frame it is, I'll take this serious. I mean higher low. Depending on what time frame, I'll just take it serious, and then continue the overall bullish trend. That the momentum's all bearish right now, but overall, like in long term, I'm bullish. Okay, so yeah, not gonna lie, it's looking great. I'm 2 for 2 this week. It was amazing, and I just dropped the YouTube video yesterday. I'm gonna review this and see if I'm really all over the place, how I feel like I am, or I think that it's not perfect, but it's straight, and I'm explaining it to y'all raw. So it's like, not gonna lie, this is me. I'm not no plastic. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna like be on some corny shit. Like at the end of the day, like I'm giving you the real me. Like I'm not. I just got out the shower. I put on a shirt. I got on this, and I'm like, you know what? Instead of me just looking at the charts and breaking it down and looking at what I'm looking for, let me actually just break it down with y'all. Y'all can see how I caught the move today. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It sounds like y'all might think it's cap, but caught this move, caught this move, caught this move, and I want y'all to see how I just flow with the trend. You feel me? I'm flowing. I'm so mad at this move right here. I'm so mad with this move right there because it didn't give me no type of nothing. What the only thing that it gave me for real, that I should have been on point about was this right here. And I'm so mad that I didn't take it. I didn't take it because there was gonna be so many pips. 37. I should have just took it. But overall, thank you if you stayed to the end. I hope this, at least you. I hope y'all grabbed at least a little nug of info, something you might have been confused about or didn't know about. If you're new, now you know what bullish is. Now you know what bearish is. Lower high is just lower than the last high. Higher low is higher than the last low. I mean higher than, yeah, than the last low. Obviously, it gets complex to what makes a lower high, what makes a higher low. But I just told you, a lower high. What makes the lower high is a break of support on the lower time frames. What makes the higher low is a break of resistance on the lower time frame. So if you stuck with me if you stuck with me all the way to the end, I really do appreciate the support. And drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It'll really help me so much. And thank y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, depending on when I post. Because this will be my second YouTube video of the week if I do post it. And I do want to give y'all good content, also raw content, but like content that like I'm not perfect. I stutter when I talk. I do a lot of different dumb shit. I get nervous. I still don't know how to look at this camera right. If I look at the camera, or should I look at the screen, or should it not matter? But overall, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me along. Follow along on this journey with me, and I just hope you fuck with the video. So let's see if I like the video, because I'm about to go check it out right now. So yeah, so overall, how long is this video? 30-minute video. My last one was 27. I talk a lot, and hopefully it wasn't all bullshit. But yeah, thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all.